Hey guys, it's ArchieLuxury. ArchieLuxury, the famous YouTube celebrity and watch blogger, rail advocate, and general man about town. Hello, fuckaroonies. Now I've been called to do an urgent Blue Velvet gig. I'm coming to you live from K-fucking-L, Kuala fucking Lumpur. And it's very important today that I do this show because without you crazy Americans, I'm not really sure the world would have been free. 4th of July, happy 4th of July. And I got to tell you, it's very important to remember the veterans, and it's very, very important. Independence Day, and yeah, we don't like the Brits either. Us Aussies, we don't like the Brits either. We told those colonial rulers to go fuck off. Go fuck off. And that's the same as Malaya. Malaya did the same thing. They told the Brits to fuck off. Most people have told the Brits to fuck off. And hey, Carl, how are you? Hello, Carl. We got Wads. We got Anton and Werner. Werner, 13 people. It's fucking early in the morning. Let me give you the drum. Let me give you the drum. It is fucking early. Let's do a little bit of a look around my room here. This is my private study. Okay, we'll just hang on. I'm going to show that. Craig Duncan, thank you, man. Now let's have a look here. I'll just show you this is the I've just put up a hotel vlog, so you can see here. This is my private study here. I got my camera equipment. I got a, this is my private study I'm broadcasting to you from. And let's have a bit of a sticky at Kuala fucking Lumpur. There we go. See that big tower there? Now, that's not Petronas Towers. That's the KL Tower. $1.99 super chat from Dan Harris. Thank you. Happy 4th of July, Archie. Keep up the good work. No worries. It's fucking early. It's fucking early. It's just gone 7 o'clock, and I had to get up early, had a shower, had a shit shower, shave to do the show. I want to do the show for Happy 4th of July. Pay your respects. And here we go. This is the KL skyline. This is it's all very beautiful. So this is in Kuala fucking Lumpur. Kuala fucking Lumpur. So yeah, baby. This is the way it's gone there. So I'm in KL. Just a bit of internal gossip. The guy who had 6 Daytonas, he's now bought his 7th Daytona. Thank you very much. Another friend of mine. Oh, we got the doctor. Hello, Doc.
How are you, AC?
Hey, I'm beaming to you live from Kuala fucking Lumpur, Malaysia.
Oh my God, you're there again?
Yeah, had an urgent gig. Hey, Jin, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, well, it's fucking early. Believe you me, the time zone here, you know. I've got to get that super chat money in. I am brokers, focus, brokers, pokers, fuckers.
Time is 7 a.m.?
Yeah, that's fucking early for me.
Yeah.
We got a $2.29, £2.29 Carl Reynolds. Hello from Ireland. Yes, the Irish told the British to fuck off a long time ago. Actually, the Irish got a bit nasty about it, but let's not get involved in a civil war here.
How long have you been in Malaysia?
KL, I just flew in urgently last night. Yesterday, came out. I got an urgent gig came up, and I just jumped on the plane and came out.
How exactly can a Blue Velvet gig be urgent?
Sorry?
How exactly can a blue velvet gig be urgent?
Because it's paid.
Well,
the ticket's waiting. And if
also,
you
Jim,
don't
come on, let's
turn
be
up,
real. A lot of these people are near death. So we have to just be honest. Keep it real. Keep it real. I'm just trying to keep it real.
keep it real. Yeah, I got to tell you, look, the customer's always right. You understand this? In the service delivery industry, the customer is always right. And if they want something, you jump. The ticket's provided, hotels provided. What did you think of the hotels? Did you see that little? I'll show you. So this is my hotel suite. I am not wearing pants.
Fuck me dead.
Of course not.
Okay, we're doing another gig, for God's sake. I just said, hey, honey, I'm just going to be a bit busy for a little bit. This is my. They got a room because they told them that I'm a YouTube celebrity. They got me a special private study. This is a soundproof room with shelves. It's got a desk for me to plug all my stuff in. It's got a lamp. And how's this for a backdrop? I'm on the 18th floor. Look at this. I've got KL Tower there. It's just amazing. Look at this. How's that for a backdrop?
So we have to take baby steps. Maybe at least you don't have to wear pants, but we need to have you wearing shoes.
Wearing shoes. Okay. I do have underpants on. You do realize that, don't you? I don't want to stain the furniture.
Have you been to Kuala Lumpur?
I don't really want to know that part.
Kuala Lumpur? Sorry, what's this?
Have you been to Kuala Lumpur before?
Yeah, I did. I had that gig last year. Remember the bitch cancelled on me.
Oh, I thought that was in Jakarta or something.
No. That was Kuala fucking Lumpur.
So the customer is always right unless they trade you in. Then
well, they're not a customer if they got someone else, are they? They're not a customer. Do you understand that? They're not a customer if they're not happy, are they? In which case, they're wrong. So yeah, exactly. I've been a bit short of money lately. Money's been extremely tight. I'm just going to fill you in on a bit of gossip, a little bit of gossip. My friend with the 6 Daytonas,
yeah,
he's just bought a 7th one.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
And the thing is, he's doubling up. Like, he's also got 2 James Camerons. Sorry. I stand corrected. He's got 1 James Cameron, 2 Red Sea Dwellers. You know, that's the 43 mil. Yeah. He's just bought a 2nd steel ceramic black Daytona.
Doesn't he already have a black one?
Yes, he does. I said, wouldn't you have got the Panda? He goes, no, I don't think it's a good investment.
What?
He thinks the black is going to be better because it's 3,000 more for a Panda than a black dial. 3,000 Aussie, 2,000 US.
Desirable.
Sorry?
Pandas are always more desirable than black, even compared to reverse.
Look, I don't even have any fucking Pandas. What would I know? I don't even own a Daytona. I don't have
at least
one.
At least he could have gotten a different generation of Daytona.
He's got 6 of them. I think he's got every generation almost covered, except the vintage stuff, which I'm going to talk to.
He's got a Zenith one. He's got a Zenith Daytona.
Oh yeah. He's got a Zenith one. He's got a few Zenith ones. He's got the white gold.
Oh, that's right.
That's a Zenith one.
Yes, he picked up the 16519.
Yeah. Great piece. That watch. I had it on the channel. I featured it on the channel.
Yeah, that's a lovely watch.
Very cheap. He paid 20,000 Australian for it. I thought that was an absolute bargain.
And it's crazy that it's less than stainless.
I know.
I still don't understand.
It's crazy. I'm just drinking these like there's no tomorrow. They don't have these in Australia. These are cafe coffee drinks, cold iced coffee in a can, like a Coca-Cola.
That sounds pretty bad, to be honest.
There are a dime a dozen here in the States.
Okay.
It's honestly the worst part of being in Asia is that you can't get a fucking coffee.
Oh, they don't use milk. They use fucking powdered shit, right?
No, I mean, I drink coffee black, and I'm just like, where the fuck can I get a proper coffee? And
Yes.
I want like a
I
nice.
can't come on the.
I want like a nice
I was
cup
gonna
of
say I
American
can't come on the.
coffee, but I can't. It's hard. You can't
You go
fucking find
ahead.
it.
Yes. And I was just going to step in as the resident doc to mention that studies are now showing that the gentlemen who are drinking soy, because sometimes they put soy in there instead of milk, gentlemen drinking soy, it's been shown to decrease your testosterone levels.
Oh, Doc, by the way, my father, he's had a full medical. This is somebody who would never see it. His brother is a doctor. Anyhow, he ran some tests. He found out his testosterone level is 11 times the normal rate. What does that mean?
11 times?
Is that normal?
No, I'd repeat the test.
11
times? Yeah, 11 times is a little worrisome.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd repeat the test after maybe a couple months.
The bitches never complained before.
Well, I mean, if you said the testosterone level was 2 or 3 times normal, that would be like, oh, great, Actually,
sorry, I think no, I've missaid it. Okay, sorry. Let me say this again. Okay, he's at number 11, where his brother is about number 5. Sorry, not 11 times. It's the rating. Then what they measure, whatever they measure testosterone in. He's an 11.
Okay, that's better, because if you said it was 11 times normal,
sorry,
that's in the area of a cancer or a tumor or something creating.
Yeah, no, he's an 11 as opposed to my uncle.
So he's just lucky that he has a well-maintained testosterone.
Well, the bitches never complained. Let me just say that. The bitches were always satisfied, okay?
Yeah. I bet he likes it too.
Well, he's got slightly enlarged prostate, so he's on some tablets which actually slightly lessen the drive. He said the problem now is instead of wanting to fuck 3 times a day, it's just once a day.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad.
Oh, by the way, I'm wearing briefs. The boxers thing. I like boxers. I actually like boxers, but I prefer the junk in a brief.
I prefer more room.
We didn't really need to hear that, but okay.
Tanzeel, good evening, gents. Tan, the man. Come on, man. Hey, you drinking wine? Gin.
Yeah.
I might go and grab a fucking wine myself. What do you reckon?
I thought you couldn't drink wine unless somebody super chatted you.
That's exactly right.
$5 minimum. $5. He's in Malaysia, so it's cheap, so it's okay. $5.
No, I brought in Aussie wine. I got 2 bottles. One for me, one for her.
Don't you share both bottles?
So doesn't Ms. Jai get a little bit, am I pronouncing her name right? Anyway, doesn't she get a little bit jealous that you're there for the Blue Velvet, but you're not there for her?
Well, it's 4th of July. Well, if you people didn't have a 4th of July, the Western world wouldn't exist.
What does that have to do with her being jealous?
Well, I mean, look. It's early. She sleeps in until 10:30. It's not a problem.
Oh.
You understand? Like, it's only fucking 7:15 now.
I don't want to make this sound crazy, but sometimes it's better when they're asleep.
I know. That's already been finished. I already did that before I did the show. It's already been done.
Maybe
service delivery standards. I've got KPIs to meet, Doc.
Maybe I should quit joking around. Maybe we should start talking watches. Tan's left because of that.
Tan's here. Hello, Tan.
He's working on his connection, probably.
Okay. So anyhow, I got to tell you the story is one friend of mine's got his 7th Daytona. And wow. I don't know if I should tell you another story. Do you want to hear another story? You just got to keep it confidential.
Multiple Rolex story?
No, this guy, he's got a few watches. Okay. Okay, this guy's got a Zenith, a 42 mil open heart. Okay.
Okay, not my
Now,
choice.
the deal
but
was, sorry?
I would pick the tricolor, and I
Okay, no, hang on, Doc. Just hear me out. Hear me out, cowboy. Hear me out. So he's got the 42 mil open heart, but he's really been lusting after the 38 mil because that was the original 1969 version.
Indeed.
Size, and it doesn't have the open heart with the tricolor. So what he's done is he said to me, Archie, I'm going to order one in. The one I don't want, do you want to buy?
Wow.
So I'm happy.
Well,
I'm happy.
Here's my assessment. Okay.
Yeah.
The original 38 is going to have the proper proportions. That it's going to have what appear to be oversized subdials relative to the dial size in the 38. In the 42, the subdials actually appear small, relative to the dial size. They increased the size of the watch, but they didn't increase the size of the subdials.
Just very quickly there, Tanzil. Great guy, Tanzil. $5 Canadian. Archie, how much for you to call Clive and tell him he was right and Zenith is simply the best? Actually, Tanzil, I already did that yesterday. I rang Clive yesterday. Me and Clive, just between you and me, don't tell anyone this. He's got a bit of a nasty side. He's a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde guy, so I'd rather keep him friendly. Okay? So actually, I rang him yesterday, and I told him that I was actually contemplating getting a I told him I was contemplating getting a Zenith. He said, oh, yeah, they're fantastic. They're amazing. And he told me he's getting a Bronzo. Tudor Bronzo.
He did say that.
I think he's getting it to flip it.
I told him to keep it. $5 super chat from Stephen D. $5 Canadian for Vin and Tan from a fellow Canadian. What is a good price for a 114270 in Canada? That's the Explorer 1. That is the 36 mil, but that's the last incarnation. That is the last incarnation. I'll put you through to Jin.
Yeah, I would say people are going to ask 55 to 6,000 Canadian. Canadian dollar is kind of shit right now, so maybe 5's a bit low, but I'd say offer 5, see what they come back with. If it's low 5s, it's not a bad price if it's box and papers.
I would say that I think you should be able to get it for 5 if it's 36 mil.
Well, we're talking Canadian dollars. Canadian dollar is absolute fucking garbage right now.
It's like the Aussie dollar, Doc.
No. I'm just saying you should be able to, I think the smaller one you should be able to get at the bottom price compared to the 39.
Well, we're just talking about 36. I mean, 39 it'd be over 6,000 Canadian. But 36, you can. I mean, that's the best of the 36, so you can get it for probably low
Actually,
buys.
just out of interest there, Scotty, this is Aussie dollars. The Aussie and the Canadian have almost sort of been similar for a long time. In Scotty's collection, his Explorer 1, 39 mil, it was just over 6,000 Aussie. So there are some bargain. I thought that was good buying.
That's not a bad price. You can also get a Milgauss for about that price, an older Milgauss, like they're like about 8, 9 years old kind of thing. You can get them for low 6s. Rolex prices tend to be a little in Canada compared to Australia, even if the dollar is similar.
What I was going to say is that my good friend who had, this person is remaining anonymous. So anyhow, he's got the 42 mil. He really lusted after the 38. No dealers in Australia had it. Okay. So he decided to take a punt. He's bought it from a dealer in America, 35% off retail. Okay.
Yeah.
And guess what's happened, Doc?
He's in love with it.
No, the fucking wife has discovered that he took money out of the joint account to buy the watch. But what was going to happen was he was going to take the money out of the joint account, buy the watch, decide which one he wants, flick me one. I was going to give him some money. Okay, it may not have been over time. And now he's been busted because she checks the account. I'm not going to name
the account. She's probably checking the account every other day.
I know, so it didn't go over well, okay? That's why you need to remain single, Doc.
I have no immediate intentions of changing that status.
Hello, Stephen Miller. How about apologizing to me as well? We love you, Mr. Miller. That's from New Zealand. New Zealand's finest.
Just to finish my thought on the 38 versus the 40.
You're in fact, the only thing is, you know, the 38, it's the one that's coming has got a bracelet on it. It's actually using a 19 mil end links. Did you know that? 19 mil bracelet.
Well, because it's a 38, I think that's the classic proportions of the original from 1969, isn't it?
Yeah. You don't think that's too small?
Well, I mean, I don't think 19 versus 20. I don't think you're gonna be able to eyeball.
Come on, guys! I want a wine. Flick us $10. I want to get a wine. Come on, come on, come on. I'll put another sleeping tablet in the bedside water. Besides, her name's not Mrs. Lai. That was the Hong Kong bird. You got to get these names right, okay?
Lai. I knew it was something like that.
That was the Hong Kong bird, but this is another bird. The thing is this. Come on. Put a $10. I'll have a glass of wine with you, okay? Now, Doc, you reckon the 38 is so much superior to the 42?
I do. It is a little small.
Do you want me to tell you the price?
They're the same price. I mean, retail's the same.
Oh, no. If I do the deal with
the price he got.
Well, he's going to offer...
Is it less than 4,000 US?
Okay. So let's look at the 42 mil, because that's probably the one I'll end up buying from him, okay?
That's too big.
It's 3.9 US.
Yeah, that's about the right price.
Yeah, but it's open heart. It's 42 mil.
It's too busy. It's too busy. The dial doesn't have the proper proportions. Or I should say,
you guys are shitting on his parade right now. Like,
the dial doesn't have the classic proportions. We have to be honest. We got to bring honesty here.
And it's 4,800 for the 38 mil.
But the guy's on holiday. Really? Like, he's enjoying his time, you know, and you're fucking shitting on his watch.
Well, actually, it's not a holiday over there.
Yeah, he's working. He's working.
Yeah, this is a paid gig. It is a paid gig.
The blue velvet.
He's got a
blue
bird.
velvet, I guess.
He's got a bird over on the bed, but he did a Bill Cosby on her, so she's still asleep.
Believe you me, they don't wake up until late here in Asia. Gin will vouch for me.
Especially when you slip something in their drink, right?
Yeah, and we already had a session. We already had a play, so it'll be fine for a couple of hours.
I see.
Have you ever wondered what your reaction would be to a heart attack? I mean, like if one of these young ladies suffered a heart attack.
There's a drink for Archie right there, boys.
Thank you. I'll go and get that now. Heart attack. Yeah, I've got heart attack insurance. I get an extra fee if they fail on the job.
That's not what I meant.
I get a $5,000 bonus, Doc.
Oh, come on, you're lying. That's ridiculous.
Doc, it's called the Bukkake bonus.
You know, now I'm just gonna go and grab a wine. I'll just be a minute, Doc. I'll be back in a minute. And
it's not bukkake. They're throwing up. People throw up when they're dying and having a heart attack. It's not bukkake.
So you guys should be supporting him. You guys should be telling him, yes, encourage him to buy more shitters. Here you guys are, like, you know, being good friends and telling him not to buy the watch. Disappointed, guys.
Yeah, get an open heart. Make sure it's as big as possible. If they make them in a 45, get that one.
I think Invicta makes a knockoff El Primo.
Get it? Yes. In fact, get and make it a skeleton. As skeleton as possible.
So I don't know. I don't know if it's the first where he's actually live streaming while not being in Australia. I don't know if I've ever seen him do one outside of this.
Well, this is the 4th of July. You've got to celebrate what you people ditching the British. Something that was... Even the Canadians changed the flag.
Yes, it was in
70 something.
Yes, no, I think it was in the 60s. The Liberals they called a session of Parliament when all the Tories were gone, and they changed the flag and secret.
Just getting the last drop out of red. This is a cab sav, boys. A little bit young. It's always the
same play. The same play from the Liberals. They're going to say, we need to get rid of this flag, and then they replace it with a different flag.
They replaced it with a fucking weed. That's what they replaced it with.
Yes. So, guys...
but that's what it is.
Guys, I wanted to ask you this. Do I get the Zenith or I don't get the Zenith? I got to help out a mate. He's in trouble.
What's your intentions? Are you going to keep it forever or are you going to sell it?
He's not going to keep it.
I actually love one watch per brand rule. You know that, don't you?
But this is not the one you should love.
Well, Zenith is pretty cool, isn't it? You guys have been telling me to buy one for ages.
No, but you need a tricolor. You need the tricolor subdialed El Primero.
Fuck Bruce, he's even got you calling it El Primo.
I know.
You know what?
I'm slipping.
Zenith doesn't make bad watches, but they are
unsellable,
grossly overpriced, and actually, honestly, overrated. I mean, the El Primero, yeah, it was the first automatic chronograph movement. So if you buy a vintage El Primero,
that's debatable too. Whether that's debatable if it was the first.
Even that is debatable, right? And so even if you give it that, if you're like, okay, that was the first like mass-produced one, commercially successful.
Well, the other thing is too, if it wasn't the first, right, it was still the first non-modular chronograph. This was integrated.
Yes, it was the first integrated chronograph, integrated automatic.
No, I don't think. No, was the speed timer a modular movement? I thought it was like. I think that was the vertical clutch column. It was modular.
The Seiko and the Hoyer were both modular.
Okay.
But I mean, even if you give it that, even if you're like, okay, it was the first, how many improvements have they made in it since 1969? Very few. I mean, it is an archaic movement. It's like, it would be like celebrating Vulcan crickets for being the first alarm watch in history. It's like, if you get the vintage ones, that's fine. If you buy like a modern version,
it's a reissue.
They're honestly grossly overrated. I mean, they're nice watches. They're cool. I wouldn't mind having an El Primero myself.
Thank God it's not a homage.
Yeah, but Jen, you see them sitting. You guys see them sitting on the forums. Like, they're very hard to sell. Like, Archie, I think you're going to be in the same situation you have with the PAM right now.
The only one that's not hard to sell is the 38 tricolor subdial. That's the only one. The other ones sit.
Hey, we've got a 10,000 rupiah super chat from Hisham. He's saying, hi, Paul. Got your notification to come on, but won't be able to because I'm coming down with something. Hopefully, I'll make it next time. Hi to Bruce, Jin, and Tan. Drink up, big boy. I'm going back to bed. No worry, Hisham. He is so cool. That guy is just amazingly cool. You know, I absolutely love him.
He's still fighting the battle between does he get a day date or does he get a Patek Philippe. He's still on the fence.
Look, I got to be completely
Those are very
honest.
different.
Look, I got to be honest with you. As you said, Tan, look, the day dates are beautiful. They are. It's like an S-Class Mercedes. They have a lot more hand workmanship in it, a lot of build quality compared to a C-Class, right? But when you jump in a Bentley, it's a fucking class above. Do you understand? Like the Patek, right? You know the Patek's not even a hacking movement, don't you?
Yeah, of course not.
Oh, yes.
But you don't know something? Paddock doesn't give a fuck.
I see.
Paddock doesn't give a fuck.
I see.
You understand?
God damn it, I paid you to do that. Oh.
I think Jin is on the phone.
I think he's on the phone with the ranch.
Jin is playing an AC3.
Hey, that's fine. He can. He's cool. We $5 super chat. AC3, what makes your take on the Universal Geneve pole router? Did Ben, Sima, and Jin get it wrong, or is it a good watch? Look, I got to be honest with you. Universal Geneve has always been a brand I've loathed.
Yeah, I know.
It's like GP.
That's the opposite of love.
But you know, Archie, I have worn lots of watches over the years, and no watch gets more compliments, more attention than.
Well, I'm just getting at the fact that if we're able to sell Archie on all these watches now, like Zenith and fucking, you know, all these other random watches that he said he didn't like and now he's considering. Like I don't know if Frederic Constant is eventually going to get into his collection one day, because it's like what you're seeing Zeniths and all these other ones being like considered. So that's why I thought maybe a Universal Genève, is it, do you consider it a good watch? I mean, this is the one that was designed by Gerald Genta. I got to tell you, the Universal
Genève has amazing chronograph pieces as well.
I have a chronograph,
and they're very expensive.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know what it is. The brand never really did what. There's lesser brands that are a lot more successful today.
It was the sister watch company to Patek in the U.S. The Henri Stern Watch Agency sold two brands in the U.S. They sold Universal Genève and they sold Patek Philippe.
Wow.
And did they invent the micro rotor movement, or I know that they had a similar movement?
Technically, they were second in micro rotor. I don't remember. It was some American brand that came up with the micro rotor first. Technically, they were the first brand to make a chronograph watch, though, chronograph wristwatch. But then they were the second. They were the first Swiss brand to come up with the micro rotor movement.
I got to tell you, in all honesty, it'd have to be really well priced. I got to tell you the truth. I'm more of I like reissues. I like the reason I like reissues, which people are going to flag me for this, is I like watches that are usable, have modern seals, are just perfect and not fucked with. Molested is the word. So I'm sort of a non-vintage, because I passed up so much vintage stuff that would make me vomit if I was a vintage person. I can never do vintage, okay? It's like banger racing Ferraris or banger racing 356 Porsches. You could never, ever go back and actually collect them then after what you've done to one. You know what I mean? But I got to say, after Zenith, the other brand I'd strongly consider before that would be Grand Seiko.
Yeah, but the problem with the Grand Seiko, that is, for the same money, you could get like a ton of other things.
I know. Look, it's I got to wait and see how it goes there. I still haven't sold that Pam. That Pam, no fucking... I got to tell you something. It's amazing. Like, I always wanted a Pam when... It's like the cool kid at school. They were always so cool. It's like Barry Manilow. Now, you cannot give that shit away. you know what I mean?
Barry Manilow was really cool. Barry
Manilow has not been cool for 50 years, Arch.
Barry Manilow was cool in the 70s.
That's the starting point. No, not
Barry
really.
Manilow.
That's the starting point problem there.
I remember someone. Yeah. They were born to Barry Manilow.
A Pam is as cool as Barry Manilow. I will give you that.
I quite like Barry Manilow, by the way.
So what watch did you bring with?
I don't like Pam.
What watches did you bring with you to Kuala Lumpur?
Simple. Breitling Super Ocean.
No, I'll tell him. I'll tell him. Just give him one chance. I'll tell him.
$5 super chat. Fuck you. Do I buy a yellow gold reverso duo day date GMT 270.1.54 if I comfortably fit a sub-C bluesy? I'd love ARCHIE'S gin opinion. Do I buy a yellow gold reverso duo day date?
Day night GMT.
Sorry, day night. The reverso's a cool watch.
Yes, of course. Fuck. Getting the fucking gold
Do you
reverse.
need the gold?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes, you need the gold. It's all about the snobbery and the fuck offery. Yes, you need the gold. You don't want to look like some.
I think it's a bit
agree.
soft though, man. I think that watch is soft though. Like I think it'd be hard to get out of.
I'll buy it off you.
I think
you
you'd
get tired of it. I'll buy it off.
I gotta tell
you'd
you.
be better off getting a two-tone.
Hey, how are you?
Getting a stainless.
Put it on speakerphone, Archie.
L.
Speakerphone, please. Please, speakerphone. Thank you.
Hey, not too bad. What's going on?
Well, I'm off to the 4th of July. My mother-in-law's getting pretty involved in the tribe, so I kind of have to stand on their viewing stand with the Native Americans and my sister.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Is this a Martin Lewis reunion?
Yeah, a couple quick things. You know how you always get a deal, and then I get a better deal, and you get kind of pissy about it?
Yeah.
Well, you know, my Zenith El Primero, I got mine for $2,900.
Fuck off. Fuck
I
off.
see.
And also, can you let Vince Kanye know that I called?
Okay, you're live on the channel now. We're on speakerphone.
We're trying to do a show
Okay,
here.
I called. I keep the super chat money. You got it?
Sorry?
I'm still keeping the super chat money.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah. If I didn't follow through, then I'd really gain some shit with Bark and the other guys on the stream. So
No
Bark
worries.
and Jack actually, it's really fun. Bark and Jack and Simon was on, and Mark Goldberg. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good stream, and think twice about the Zenith.
No worries. Thank you.
Call me. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Be well.
Be
There we
swell.
go. He's okay.
I mean, like, while he was here, he
He's
could have at least read the super chats, like, for fuck's sakes.
I know.
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
What's going on? He doesn't do any work.
All right.
Here we go.
£5
We
super
gotta-
chat. James
Mhm.
Lynch. Why is there a perception that the AP Royal Oak offshore is so much better than the overseas? Overseas finishing is on par. It is actually water resistant and better bang per buck. I don't know if he means the Royal Oak itself and not the offshore.
I'll tell you why. You know what the answer to that is?
Tell us.
The reason for this, is there a perception the Royal Oak is better? Well, the answer is this. When these originally came out, the Vacheron came out as a 222, and it was fucking ugly. Okay?
Yeah, it wasn't really ugly. I liked it.
It was fucking ugly. Then they had the Pubis. The Pubis was the model after the 222. And then they had the overseas. The problem is the Pubis and the 222 were the dogs of the Gentra design phase. So the overseas could never recover. I look at the overseas as the Breguet Type 20 of, it's the Vacheron Type 20 of the Vacheron range.
But the overseas, I mean, the new overseas is really nice. The 4500V. It's a little bit big, but the movement is fantastic. It's a gorgeous watch. You can replace the strap.
But I would have to say, if you got a choice of getting a Rue or a Vacheron overseas, you'd have to go for the fucking Rue, wouldn't you? As much as I hate AP.
Well, I would go for fucking Vacheron. I would say Vacheron is the second coolest brand after Breguet. Breguet is number one.
That's a big statement. That's a bold statement.
Number two. Look, think about all the fuck-up owners that had. Napoleon had a Breguet and he had a Vacheron. Enough said. Enough fucking said.
I think the Royal Oak is just so much cleaner than the overseas. The overseas is just a little too busy.
Yeah, but the new overseas, the 4500V with that blue dial, I mean, that's a fucking sexy watch.
I got to
Can't
be
get a
honest
blue
with
dial
you.
Royal Oak?
Yeah, but it's not the same.
Not the same. Look, I got to tell you, either watch there is beautiful. If you were in the league where you're saying, do I get an AP or do I get a Vacheron? Fuck me dead. This is first world problems. Life ain't too fucking bad, James.
All right, there's a
Fucking
$10
keep
super
doing
chat.
what?
There's a $10 super
$2?
chat from $10 from Jungle
Yep.
Inc. Happy 4th of July from Rhoda in San Diego.
Happy 4th of July.
Yes, happy Canada Day to you too.
So this is when America told England to fuck off, wasn't it?
Yeah, when Clive was alive back then, you know, he took a bunch of tea, threw it in a harbor, and basically the British fucked off.
What's this remark about the Indians? I don't get this. Do you have problems with the Indians?
Which Indians?
He said he's talking about Native American Indians.
Who's talking about them?
Clive said he's going to a groundbreaking ceremony.
He's going to a casino. He's going to an Indian casino is where he's going.
That's what I thought. They're famous for casinos, aren't they?
That's where he's going. He's going to a casino.
Oh, I see. It's an in-joke. Only you Americans. Okay, fair enough.
Actually, only Clive and people talking to Clive understand the joke.
Yes.
So tell me this, guys. I wanted to ask you this. My collection, right? Have I done all the dumb things, buying these soft brands?
Not all the dumb things. Some of them, but not all of them.
Okay, so Bruce, which of his pieces would you get rid of and consolidate to buy a much better piece?
Well, you know, obviously I'm going to disagree with some of you guys here because I actually like the Monaco, but I definitely would get rid of the Pam. That would be... That's got it. Yeah, I don't like Pam. That's got to go. The Pam's got to go. And it'll be hard to get rid of too, but still. Do you really like your IWC?
I love it.
You got a £2 super chat here, boys, from James Lynch. Happy Treason Day, ungrateful colonials.
That's a different way to look at it.
Yes,
Well,
he's British.
4th of July used to really trigger me because my parents were imperialists, and so was I, like a really hardcore one, like a hardcore Tory. So it used to really fucking trigger me and then I went to school in the US, and most of my friends are American, so now it's like, fuck it.
That's how cognitive dissonance works. Hopefully you break out of it.
Okay, so you'd get rid of the Pam. You would keep the Monaco. Like, what else would you get rid of? He's got to consolidate to get a better piece.
Get rid of the problem is you seem to forget something, Tan.
You can't sell the Pam.
The Pam is unsellable. Okay?
It's as unsellable as you are unemployable.
You come on now. You can sell the Pam for what you bought it for.
Okay, let's play a game here, Bruce. Which of Archie's pieces is as unsellable as he is unemployable?
I'm gonna go in. I'm just gonna plot my way through here.
I think the Pam's one of them for sure.
Pam probably on the list, but I think you can get what you paid for on the Pam. You got a good deal on the Pam. Just get out of it while you can. I think as much as you guys hate the Monaco, I think for the deal you got on that one, you could sell it for more. You could make a profit on that one. I'm not suggesting selling it, but you could make a profit. I'm not sure you could make a profit on the IWC because I don't think you got a super hot looking deal. You could make a profit on that one. I think you could make a little bit on the Tudor. And
you know, the Tudor's a bit. I sold my my in-house movement Tudor. They weren't that easy to get rid of. Like, a lot of people are looking for the out of movement. Like, that's the one they want. You know, so it isn't exactly as easily to get rid of as you think it is.
I hesitated in making the statement, but I think you got a reasonable price on it. I still think you could sell it. I still think you could make a smidgen of profit on it.
And by the way, Bear
as I said
Clooney has a
before,
lot. But here's the thing: Bear Clooney has a lot of faith in Archie. Like he says, all of his pieces are sellable, but Archie is not employable. So Bear Clooney's got a lot of faith in the collection.
They're all sellable. You just sell them for a loss. But I'm trying to figure out which ones you can sell for a little bit of profit, leaving behind the one then that really wouldn't get any profit out of. I think the Pam is the one you wouldn't get any profit from. The others, at least you could make a profit. You could sell the time and make a profit, even though it's not.
And I think that if he gets into the Zenith, the open heart, like I think it's going to be a similar situation to the Pam, where it's going to be tough to sell. You know, it's going to be on the market for a while. It's going to be like it's.
Absolutely.
You got to be really that kind of watch. You got to be married to it. You know, you got to really love it.
That kind of watch.
You know, like
you have to walk into the deal to yourself saying, "I may lose money when I sell this."
Yeah.
That's okay, presumably.
Is there any watches that I've actually done with? Let's look at the other side of the coin. Everything's a disaster. The IWC was a disaster. The Breguet's a disaster.
What a disaster. Breguet is the coolest.
I know, but financially, we're talking financially here.
No, but financially, you got a good deal on the Breguet. You could sell that one and make some money on that.
It had no links. You know, I've had to pay $160 a link. I needed 6 of the fucking things.
Wow. I think it'd been better to lose weight. That's a lot of money.
Breguet is the coolest fucking brand there is. I mean, there's no cooler brand.
I do love my Breguet. I love the Breguet.
Breguet, I especially think, you know, that Breguet invented a tourbillon. They invented guilloche dials. They have, you know, just the palm hands, you know, just the Breguet numerals. There's so many things that can trace themselves back to Breguet. I mean, it's just the snobbery. When it comes to like snobbery and shit, like when you talk about old money fucking knows what Breguet is. These motherfuckers, this is the #1 brand.
You know, the only problem is, I'm going to tell you, Jin, is that the people who invented Breguet, they also invented steak tartare.
I love steak tartare.
Why don't you just buy raw mince? Raw mince, you know?
There's nothing wrong with that. As long as it's properly seasoned, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with eating raw beef. Raw beef is delicious.
Have you ever heard of mad cow disease?
Yes, that's where you have to buy the good shit. You can't buy fucking Canadian beef.
Okay.
You have to buy New Zealand beef. That shit is
I hate
fucking
to tell
good.
you, but you're at risk with all of it if you're eating.
Jin's only into like that
Jin,
fucking
I
massage.
love Breguet too. You got the Breguet manual, don't you? You know that sales brochure which talks about all they quote Russian poets and Napoleon. But do you think there's any ounce of Breguet DNA in a Type 20? Is there any of that old Breguet DNA?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
I'm wondering that question about the whole brand. Like, Jin is sitting here talking about the romanticization of like Breguet, but is it even the same company that you're speaking of?
Who cares? It's just the name. It's the name Breguet. Who cares? Who cares where it came from? It's just the name Breguet.
Like, you just want to live in ignorance. That's the thing. You want to live in ignorance to just pretend that it's Breguet from like it's like
live in ignorance. Okay, I love Trump. Make America great again. I don't care about ignorance. As long as it feels good, who fucking cares?
Jake, can you please read my super chat?
He's been drinking. Jin has.
Oh, yeah, he's getting aggressive.
Bottle of wine.
There we go. $5 super chat from Tanzil. Listen to Bear Clooney. Don't buy the fucking Zenith, Archie. What in the fuck are you doing? This message is sponsored by Clive's Indian Casino. I'm trying to help a friend out. He's in big trouble. Okay.
Here's another way to look at that, though. Here's another way to look at that. What you're doing is you're trying to help a friend out who's getting out of the Zenith that was the wrong purchase, and he's getting a purchase.
I just thought it'd be so cool for me to buy something that is just so out there.
Oh, it's out there. I think you'd be better off getting getting the one that's the one to have. I mean, it's not like the hot brand, but the one that's hot is the El Primero tricolor in the classic proportions of the 38 mil. That's the one. Who are not, people talk about it who are not super Zenith fans. If you're a Zenith fan and you want to get a Defy, that's fine. No, I'm not saying you can't have a Defy. Yeah,
well, here's
fine.
the thing, Bruce. I'm going the other way from you guys. Like, I'm saying he should not buy the Zenith. He should start, you know, offloading some of the other pieces that he has that are kind of dead weight in the collection, and then buy something
and
really
something
fucking nice that he'd really be into.
Get something nice.
Yeah, like, well, why not? Like, why are we kind of talking about these kind of half-ass watches?
Well,
and then
okay,
again,
you want to know why? You want to know why? Because I can get credit on the Zenith. I've been turned down for Citibank. Turned me down. Okay, I'll tell you the truth. You want to?
Oh, you're getting credit from the seller. Is that what you're saying? You're getting credit from the seller?
I actually applied to Citibank. Okay, and they kind of said, if you could send us the financials. I'm just laughing. You think those figures I told you were real? And so that loan never really was going to take off.
You mean they kind of wanted you to have a job? They wanted you to work.
Yeah, they didn't quite agree with my valuation on some of my startup assets. You know, the ArchieLuxury channel, the ArchieLuxury movie, the rights to the ArchieLuxury movie.
Yeah, that's a long-term thing in terms of getting the royalties on that. That's long-term.
I got to tell you the truth, but guys, I think realistically, I've learned something very important. You know what that was? Don't buy Pams. They are fucking unsellable. No one.
I tried to tell you not to buy the Pam.
I thought they were soft, but this is just ridiculous. $5 super chat from Tanzil. Archie, for America Day, pull up the national anthem and sing United States of Mexico and sing it with pride. That's a very, very, very great thing. I love the audition that Krusty the Clown did of the anthem. You know that, don't you?
I was hoping you'd sing it like you're singing to Captain Kirk. That's what I was hoping you'd do.
I'm surprised you guys haven't made him do this already. It's the 4th of July. He should be singing the national anthem. I was going to double up by having him sing "O Canada" as well.
Yes. That sounds fantastic.
Jin found out you're singing and he went to get another bottle.
No, I'm you know.
Like, I do love America. You know that you guys saved us. I do love America. You do know that. You know, I just want to let you guys know. Oh, say you can see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming. Whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight over the ramparts we watched, we're so gallantly live streaming. The rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still here. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave over the land?
There you go.
The land of the free and the home of the brave.
Happy 4th of July, fuckers. Back-to-back World War
Happy 4th of... Yeah.
And you sang just like a pop star. You got the lyrics mangled.
That was actually not bad. I thought it was gonna be a lot worse. It actually wasn't bad.
Well,
you know, my favorite song, of course, you know, is that Lee Greenwood song. I really like that. Proud to be an American, because, you know, I got to tell you what, there are people in this world who don't have freedoms. You know that?
Like us in socialism. We live in fucking socialism and we don't have fucking freedom.
You know, if tomorrow all things were gone, I'd worked for all my life, I'd start again with just my children and my wife. Which one? That's the question. I thank my lucky stars that I'm living here today, because the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away.
I think Archie's confusing the 4th of July with Thanksgiving. Like, he's starting to tell us what he's giving thanks for. Like,
I got to tell you what, your country, you got the right to the 5th Amendment. In some places, you have no right to silence. I've learned this the hard way.
And
guys.
free speech. Silence and free speech. That's true.
Yeah. I got to be honest with you. Whistleblowers.
I saw that.
They're nasty fuckers are out to fucking persecute you, you know? It's happening. It's all over. Whew. I got to tell you guys.
Truth wins in the end there, Arch. Truth wins in the end.
Now, I just have a quick look at, you want to have a look at my outside the window here. This is Kuala fucking Lumpur. I'll give you a look here.
How's the hotel? Like, how's the state of the hotel?
The hotel is absolutely amazing. It is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I've just released a video on it, by the way.
Okay. Is there a separate room? Is there a separate room there for the little woman, or is she in the same room as you?
You wouldn't believe this, right? This has got 3-bedroom apartment. I've got my study, right? We've also got a room for her manservant.
I thought you were the manservant.
No. No, I'm just the master of ceremonies. We've got a manservant.
Have you ever been to Penang?
No, I haven't. Sorry, no.
You should go to Penang. The food
I'm going to Lake Kwawi. Lake Kwawi.
I don't know where that is.
I'm gonna. This is completely off topic, but I thought about this. I'm gonna donate this to you. You can copyright it. It's no longer, when you're doing a show, it's no longer a live stream because of the way you do it. It's a live scream.
A live scream. Thank you so much.
And you can copyright
that. I got to tell you guys, yeah, no, it's been a great gig there. I'm going, you know where I'm going today with the little lady?
Where are you going?
We're going up to Petronas Towers. I'm going to get some footage from there.
Nice.
So which boutiques you're going to hit up this year? Like this time, which watch boutiques you're going to go to?
I got to tell you, watches in Malaysia are all fucking overpriced.
Well, everything, of course, but
everything is overpriced.
I mean, but I'm actually going to go into the. I'm going to get some recordings done. I'm going to get some work done as long as I can get some time off. I'm going to be going there.
I'd be interested to see what kind of discount Rolex would offer. Like you said, when Hong Kong was 5% off precious metal. See if it's consistent in Malaysia.
So in Kuala Lumpur, it's not a fucking. They're fucking nasty in Kuala Lumpur. It's not a poor city at all.
It's not where you go for a discount.
No, I mean, if you want a Hisham was saying, you know, you got to go to India for a fucking. When he was saying that you could get a fucking Pepsi at retail, there was just one city.
Well, not only that, Jen. I don't know if you were on the live stream when he said his story of how he got his ceramic Daytona. Like he basically went to just an AD and they had it there, and the sales reps weren't that knowledgeable, and he's like, hey, is this for sale? And they're like, yeah. And he's like, well, how much? And they're like, retail. So he's like, fuck, I'll buy it. Like they're just sitting there.
I'm just gonna go to the fucking airport and get a flight to fucking Amritsar or whatever and go.
But by the way, just out of interest, there, her name is Mrs. Wan. Okay, I will tell you that now. It's Wan, okay, Mrs. Wan. Now, the reason I am revealing her last name is because they don't actually change their name at marriage. Okay.
That's actually less. That's actually less reason to announce her name.
Well, how many people are watching? We've got about 7
guys,
people.
We got a $5 super chat from Bear Clooney Watches. What watch does Australian Gigolo wears on his date, and when will Doc exit his cave?
I actually always wear. I like the Breitling Super Ocean because it's waterproof. I can take it in the pool. I can take it in the spa. I can take it in the jacuzzi.
I think the last place a woman will want to see what a date is any of those places.
I think it also survives the bukkake in case you get a little splashback.
Yes, exactly. So, guys, tell me this: what are you doing 4th of July? What's the news? What did you guys get up to?
I was working, as you could see on the earlier live stream.
Oh.
Well, I was pretending to.
You were pretending to work, and then you did work.
Yeah, he was in an office, and then he went offline for a bit. Then he came back.
Well, I had to go to a meeting. I had to actually do some work.
For me, I had the day off because I work at an American company, and
it's a holiday.
Most of my all my clients are in the U.S., so I didn't have I was just chilling for the day. But I mean, in Canada, right? So everyone else is working.
That was like the best thing for me is that all my clients were taking the day off, so nobody bothered me all day. So that was amazing.
And unfortunately, Bruce works at Costco, and Costco's open all the time, so he's still at work.
Fuckers. Actually, I was seriously working on a medical report a little bit, and then I went on the stream when I shouldn't have.
And well, Bruce, Bear Clooney wants to know when you're going to get out of the cave. He wants an answer.
The cave is always fun. It's so hard to get out of the cave.
Hey, I'll just be 1 minute there. I just got to get Mrs. Wan a sedative, and I'll be right back. Okay.
All right.
We just got to make sure. We just got to make. No, I'll be back in 2 minutes. I just got to make sure the bowels are moving. Okay. If they block.
Where could he possibly go in this small ass fucking hotel room? He can't go piss in the garden or something.
I just got to give her. I just got to give her an enema. Okay. I'm gonna give her an enema. Okay. I'll be back in 1 minute. I just got to put something in there, and everything will be cool. Okay.
All right.
Wow. Even Bill Cosby slipped it in the drinks. He's slipping it on the other end.
Yeah. So Jenna, you remember the bumper movement, Universal Genève pole router? So I got the guy to come down to like about 1600-ish. And I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, the condition of the watch is good and whatnot, but I kind of maybe want a micro router. US, yeah.
I mean, for a 138 bumper movement, there are some that are collectible. If it's a POLA router, I would say 1600 is not too bad. It's a SAS, Scandinavian Airlines pole router.
Oh, yeah, the signed one, yeah.
Yeah, 1600 is pretty good. But for just like a regular pole router, I mean, I know they're getting expensive now, but I bought a solid gold one for not too much more than that. So.
The problem is that I'm looking at a lot of the condition, a lot of these dials, and the dials are pretty damaged. This one has a pretty clean dial. Like the radium loom is all intact and whatnot. So
yeah, it's tough to find one in good condition nowadays because there's so many refinished dials. Because I mean they're a pretty hot watch because of Hodinkee and all that stuff. So,
I still say wow. If I was getting a Universal Genève pole router, it would be a tuxedo dial. Those are just so nice looking.
The tuxedo dials, especially like the no-date tuxedo dial, especially if you get it in solid gold. I mean, that's the sexiest watch.
Oh yeah,
like
that's just watch. I mean, not saying your pole router isn't nice too, but imagine if it was a tuxedo dial.
Oh yeah, I mean, I like mine. It's really nice, but if I had could trade that for a tuxedo dial, I'd do it any day.
So Bruce, you were of the mentality of radium dials. You think they're safe as a doctor. You think radium dials are emitting a safe amount of radiation to the point where it would be negligible for harm for an individual wearing them.
Well, I'm saying that it's. I'm not quite saying that. So I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't choose to have one. But what I'm saying is that you're probably not getting significant exposure, as opposed to the people who were working on the watches, where they were actually, you know,
of course,
they were actually having contact with their mouth and all sorts of interesting things.
But do you think people could get radiation sickness from these watches if they wore them on a? Yeah, I mean, say they're not wearing them all the time, but they're wearing them, you know, once every couple of days or whatever. Like, so how people were wearing them back in the 60s or the 50s.
I doubt it's going to be noticeable. I think that maybe if you wore it every day, and maybe if you had the watch that had poor seals, they're all going to have poor seals, but it had poor enough seals that you're getting significant leak from it. Maybe, but I'd have to read more on it. It's just usually with all of these radiation sicknesses, it's dose related, it's dose dependent, and so it's not just a matter of having the radiation in the watch, but then the radiation in the watch, then getting out of the watch, getting to you, and getting to you on a regular enough basis to make a difference.
And will these, and maybe this is a question for Jen, like the watchmakers, you know, servicing these watches, like, you know, are people turning them down because obviously you're dealing with radium, you know, could be fully intact lume, you know, like, do you see people turning them down or not wanting to work on these watches because of that?
I have never had a watchmaker turn down a watch because of radium. Maybe after they read Hodinkee, they'll start to change their minds. But I personally never seen that.
Because I think at that point it would be the most exposure, or the largest amount of potential exposure to the radium is if you're actually working on it, right?
But if you think about it, the watchsmiths weren't the ones getting sick from it.
I mean, yeah, if they're working in like a well-ventilated room, which I'm sure that many of them have pretty well-ventilated rooms, I don't think it matters that much as long as you're not like in a closed room with like the door closed and stuff. Like if you're not like sitting in a closet repairing watches, you know, emitting radon gas, I think it's not like too.
And again, you'd need to be in a confined space working on watch after watch to get the timed exposure necessary to start getting sick from it.
So there's a guy in the comments, Jen, who's saying, check out Lunar Oysters. They have a pole router sub up for sale. So that's lunaroyster.com.
I did check it out, and it's fucking schmicko. I mean, it's fucking nice.
Yeah, I bought my red sub from this guy. This guy's a really good dealer. He gets good examples of watches.
It's only 5,000 US, which I mean it is a lot, but for a pole router sub, I mean 5,000 US is kind of on the low end for a pole router sub.
He's got a 6542 there as well, but it doesn't have the bakelite bezel.
Yeah. I mean, I love the pole router sub. I think it's a super cool watch, and I would like to have one day. Kind of. You know, I'm kind of in the Breguet mode as well, in the Breguet mode right now. So I'm not really buying anything. I think Breguet or Lange, that's what I'm going to get next.
So Archie, there's been a pretty significant development in the whole Pepsi market over the last couple of days. So David SW had the Pepsi originally up there for 22,000. Now he's relisted the price down to 19 and a bit. Do you think this is the beginning of the steady fall to correction or market correction on the Pepsi?
I got to be honest with you, the Pepsi is just so fucking wanted. It's not funny. In Australia, we're not even getting fucking Pepsi tutors coming through yet. I've got many VIPs have told me about this. Look, I don't think it's about the case of the watch falling. I think it's just the case of the fact that it's $20,000. I mean, you do realize that's a lot of hurt money. I mean, I don't know who the fuck you are, but for me, anything $20,000, I'd have an industrial accident with a Makita with this finger to get a $20,000 watch.
Where do you think the market's going to correct itself? So say the watch is, say list price or MSRP is 11.
I'll tell you what's happening. The reason you got to look at why has the whole sports watch thing gone. Okay. Why is that? You got to remember this. Rolex itself there is appealing to people who now more than ever really want sports watches. So the sports watches have just gone crazy. Going back 30 years ago, your average Rolex buyer was buying Datejust. It's China. China is sucking the world dry, okay? China is sucking the world dry. Mainland China is just taking every sports watches. I got to be completely frank and honest with you. I would like to say it's all a Ponzi, it's all bullshit, it's all going to correct itself. I think it's going to be, it's snafu, situation normal, all fucked up. Snafu, my friend. I got to tell you, I think, to be honest with you, if you really, really, really want a Pepsi, or if you really, really want a Daytona, pay the price instead of playing the dealer game. A lot of dealers are now saying they're doing packaging. They will sell you a Pepsi or they will sell you a Daytona if you buy some other crap. Okay? I reckon you're probably safer just to pay someone like David SW, get the fucking thing. Don't flip it. Don't do anything. Just keep it. You probably will be okay in a couple of years' time. Okay?
But I think Tan's point, though, is, or at least I believe this will happen. I think the price will drift down a few $1,000s more until it's just a little bit over retail, and then it'll go up.
I got to be honest with you. I think this is just a little anomaly because it's so expensive. But the Pepsi, to quote some dealers I've spoken to, even when they released the ceramic Daytonas, they didn't get as much interest as the Pepsi. I think the Pepsi will have dead cat bounce. It'll rebound further. It's dead cat bounce. That's the reason.
I think it'll rebound further, but I think it's going to drift downward and then go up.
It's supply and demand. It's economics, and I can't see many of them coming through the market. I think the Tudor may even hit 10,000 Australian. What's that, about 7,000 US? I think that's probably where.
The Tudor, there was a Tudor that was listed on Rolex forums that was listed at like 55, and it didn't sell for like a week. So.
Yeah, the people on Rolex forums are a bit extreme, but you know, I've been banned there multiple times, and
yeah, I think David
smoking gin. He's just that's very cool. We always encourage people to smoke on the channel.
Didn't you smoke?
Sorry,
didn't you used to smoke?
Yeah, I smoke cigars still. I just can't afford it anymore.
Well, I mean, in Australia, smoking is so expensive now.
You know, a packet of cigarettes is $25 to $30 for a packet of 25s.
And a pack of a 6-pack is $20. Beer.
Actually, beer can be cheap. If you buy it, you can get a 6-pack for, like, they do specials. You can get a 6-pack for about $13 sometimes.
So that's like 4X or whatever.
Actually, the funny thing is, because a lot of these European beers, the labor rates are cheaper than labor rates here. 4X and that is actually fucking expensive. It's a real bogan beer.
Yeah. You know what I like is Tooheys Old.
Ooh, Tooheys is a bit nasty. No.
Tooheys Old, not Tooheys New. Tooheys Old.
Tooheys Old, okay. They also have VB. That's a very Aussie beer. VB.
They call it VD. That's not the greatest name.
The stereotype is that Aussie bogans drink Foster's, but they don't fucking sell Foster's in Australia. They sell VB is the main brand.
Yeah, VB is the main bogan brand there. That's true. And Foster's. It's okay. It's okay.
It's fucking dog shit. It's as bad as that Cascade shit or whatever you were having.
Oh no, the Cascade stuff. The best beer, I think, is Crown. That's our best beer, is Crown. The Pope, the previous Pope used to drink Crown lager.
When I lived in Taiwan,
how can they sell? How can they get away with selling this beer that's actually called VD? I mean, don't people...
It's not VD, it's VB, Victoria Bitter. It's nicknamed VD. It's VB, Victoria Bitter.
It's when you go to a test match, you see all the Aussie Bogans in the stands. They have a 24-pack of VB, and they'll finish that all in a test match, in one day of a test match.
That's it.
Are you talking about a cricket test match?
No, I love cricket.
Or a rugby test match?
Cricket 没讲.
You know Sir Donald Bradman?
Of course I know the Don. Test average 99.94. If he didn't get a duck in his last match, he would have had a test match average over 100. Yeah. I mean, Don Bradman is the greatest cricketer of all time, for sure. I mean,
greatest sportsman of all time.
Get the hell out of here, man. Sachin Tendulkar is the greatest cricketer of all time.
No, the best Indian cricketer of all time is, in my opinion, well, there's a couple. Sunil Gavaskar comes close, but I think it's Tiger Patowdy. Tiger Patowdy was the greatest Indian cricketer of all time. He made, he was the first Indian cricket captain who made India play as one nation rather than of different like princely states. And he was, he was a fucking
We're
critic.
losing. We just lost 50 Americans. They just got off the channel.
Not only that, the Pontiff is getting learned on cricket from a Korean. This is the best thing ever.
Yeah, actually, I'm trying to sell some cricket bats. I had some autograph. That Don Bradman.
Do you actually have Kookaburra signed bats?
Sorry?
Do you actually have Kookaburra signed bats?
No, Don Bradman signed bats.
So, Kookaburra bats are shit. Don Bradman didn't play with fucking Kookaburra bats. He played with Gray Nichols or Gun.
Gray Nichols. Yeah, that's right. That was our top band.
Those are the British bats.
And I think I met Greg Chappell.
The underarm bastard. Well, he was the captain. Trevor Chappell did the underarm.
Yeah. They live very close to where I live.
So they live in the Bogan part of Australia?
Yeah, actually, they lived in an upmarket suburb. They lived in
you know, Archie, I almost moved to Western Australia once, to Subiaco.
Okay.
Thank fuck I didn't.
yeah, exactly. Thank fuck you didn't. It's been a bit nasty there. It's been very nasty. Now, guys, I think I'm hearing a bowel movement. I've got to go and clean up a mess. I just put a suppository in. I got to go and clean up a mess. So I'm going to have to cut this show. It's been an honor to have you. Can we try and do one on Saturday? It's Friday night. Friday night.
I love the crickets right
Complete silence.
Yeah.
Yes, Rob,
for sure.
Jacques Kallis was a much finer batsman than Tendulkar. He, you know, the average what he did, playing half his test matches in South Africa of all places, to average 55, to take 300 test wickets. I
don't think Archie was expecting more cricket talk. Yes, we'll do a show on Friday night. We can talk about cricket later.
Hey, I can't believe it. You actually like cricket? Because these things are unfucking sellable. The cricket bats have been unsellable.
That should tell you something.
The problem with cricket is Australia's been performing so badly. You know that they're really pretty crap.
And you guys used to dominate back in the 90s and 2000s.
And you know the worst fucking thing is too, they got busted on a fucking cheating thing, right? At least the Indians shut their fucking mouth. At least the Indians, when it's ball tampering, they shut their fucking mouth. We not know nothing. The Australians start blaming each other. What a bunch of fucking losers.
They're fucking cucks. That's what it is. I mean, you get a 1-match ban, 2-match ban, that's fine. Like even a few months ban, but a 1-year ban, it's like, you know, back in 2016-ish, I think Faf du Plessis from South Africa, he got caught ball tampering and he got a 1-match ban. It's a slap on the wrist. And
I know.
Now
they're so serious in Australia. They fucking take things fucking crazy. I don't know where these guys get off, to be honest with you. Fucking crazy.
It's probably personal information, but do you also have to do the diaper changes, Archie?
Well, look, we put a tower down. If it all goes to plan, it's okay. We're going to go to breakfast after that, okay? We're going to go to breakfast. So the good thing is it's all you can eat. I have about 5 omelets.
All you can eat. So many jokes there, but I know you want to leave.
Yeah. Guys, it's been an honor. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much. That was a fantastic show. I'm going to go to Petroius Towers with the lady. And the best thing is, too, is if I had an accident and fell off that ledge, you know, there would be about, I've got insurance. I'm insured to the hilt.
So you're saying that at least your children would have some money. Exactly.
I might be able, you know.
I think you're better off not falling off the ledge. How about that?
Yeah, I'm going to take some footage up the top. So I'm going to have it broadcast. I'm going to have that on my show if I can. I'm going to try and get it out there for you guys. So thank you so much. Tan, my advice to you is, yeah, I agree with you. If I could sell some of the shitters off, I would get the paddock tomorrow in an instant. Pam is unsaleable.
Monaco, it's not. Pam, you can sell it, but you only.
That means Bruce wants to send you an offer after this show. By the way, that's what he wants.
I give you an offer on the Monaco, not the Pam though. Bruce,
can you please tell Archie to trade his world time for my 5127? I offer it to him every show.
I got to tell you, there was one guy, I helped him find a 5230. Actually, I'll just tell you the story before we go. Don't worry, she can wait. She's got towels down there. How bad can it be, right? The thing is this, I helped this guy. He paid me a consultancy fee. I found for him the world's cheapest 5230. That's the current model world time in white gold. And I got to tell you, I'll tell you what he paid for it, because he actually got the tax back because he took the watch overseas. And I kid you not, this is what he paid for it. I found it for him. And I actually think this was the deal of the century, okay? This was the deal of the century. I'm just going to tell you the price. This is what he paid for a 1-year-old 5230. He paid 25 for it.
Wow.
That's after he had to leave the country. So he took, normally if you leave the country, you've got to leave it outside the country for 12 months before you bring it back. And what he did was he sold it. He went to Russia to see the soccer and he sold it to a Russian dealer. I said, what the fuck are you? I got really angry with him. I said, what the fuck did you sell that? I said, if a Russian dealer bought it, that means you fucking underpriced it, because they are fucking cunts. You think Chinese and Indians
$30,000 watches? Those are $30,000 watches, aren't they?
They're $50,000 watches, brand new, US. That was a 5230. And I said, why did you sell it, man? That was a fucking thing. It's a keeper. It's a keeper. And he said, oh, you can find me another one. I said, I don't think so. I said, that was a once in a lifetime. And, but I got to tell you, Tan, your 5127, it's sexy. Okay. Don't
you know what's funny, Archie? There's a guy on Facebook who said, you know, those watches are so soft and every dealer has them. So I challenged the guy, and we're talking about we're talking about the 5127. So we were talking about Explorer ones. Like I was making fun of Jin's Explorer 1. I said it's shit. And so he's like, well, that 5127 is so soft and all these dealers have it. I said to the guy, I said, okay, go on Watch Recon and find me one that's available for sale, right? Because there are none. They're very, very.
Look, this is fucking bullshit. You know, the only people who criticize it, you know, who says, I never heard the 5127 soft. The only fucking bullshit I've heard, that's as much fucking bullshit as I heard some fat cunt who said that the 5110 is not the desired model. It's got the proportions all wrong. What the idiot, the fat cunt forgot was that's got the best guilloche, and it was actually, that watch was built around the 240 movement, whereas the 5130, they put a spacer in. That's all they did to make it bigger for the bigger market. That's all they did, put a fucking spacer in there, unexplained spacer.
The 5110 was the original modern.
That's right.
Old time. I mean, it was.
But this fat cunt is saying that's because he hates my guts. And I got to be honest with you, Tan. I never heard the 5127 is not wanted. Who the fuck told you that crap? Tan.
Yeah, it's one of the guys who licks the ranch. It's one of the guys who licks the rancher's ass.
Look, I got to be honest with you. 5127 is one of the sexiest watches. I got to be completely frank. If I had a choice of a 5107 or 51, I think I'd go for the 5127 because I kind of like the curved bezel, and I think it's got the you've got yours is also using the 3-2-4 movement, slightly improved. Right. That's probably what I'd go for. And if I had to pick one now, I probably wouldn't go for white gold. I'd go for the rose gold. I think that is just sexy. You saw the articles I sent you, Tan?
I did. I read them ones on Luxury to Last, and
if you Google that, just Google the first line of those articles, you will actually find the original article.
The originals, yeah.
But I got to tell you, in all honesty, man, the 5127, that's the sort of watch that it doesn't matter who you are or how much money you have. There is nothing more beautiful than it. Do you understand that concept?
It's funny. You're getting an offer here in the chat. Tan, I will trade him my 5196R for it. Its paper is December 2017. Tell him. It's for your world time.
I'd actually prefer a 5127. If I was going to do a swap, I'd take the 5127. But I've actually got it in service. It's not going to be available for fucking another 5 months.
Well,
you know
fine.
that?
I'll fly to Hong Kong and pick it up. No problem.
I got to tell you, 5127, don't discount it. It's fucking beautiful. I think that's a beautiful watch. I would love to be in a position where I could just go and buy one. Yeah,
I mean, and that's what I'm saying is if there was a possibility of offloading a couple of the pieces, I think you'd just be happier with, and it doesn't, maybe it's not
the only problem is I have to get rid of, let's be honest, okay? If I want to get a 5196, which is a cheaper version of the 5127, I'd have to sell my Rolex and my Tudor. I don't know if I want to do that. Yeah, that's the easiest.
You sold the Tudor, you sold the Breitling, you sold the IWC, you sold the Tag, and you sold the PAM. Those 5 watches. That should be enough. Right, and then you don't have to get rid of your your Moonwatch or your Explorer. I think you'd still be okay with your core pieces, and then you just get a 5196.
You guys have got the 2 coolest watches I know of. Like seriously, you and Jin. Jin's got the 576. That is
976.
Sorry?
976.
976. That's fucking. I reckon that's the most perfect grand size reverso.
I love it more every day. Yeah, it's
and by the way, Archie, you're pouring salt in the wound because that used to be my old watch that he has.
I know, but I got to tell you, you can't keep everything. You got to remember that you can't keep everything. But I think the 5127 is better. Like it's horologically better. It's finished better. It's also a precious metal. But to have a 976, that is, I think that walks all over a fucking tribute to
you got a super chat here too for $2 from Fuck You. I'm ordering a 270 154, so I think he's going back to his reversal question. How does 26 millimeter by 42 millimeter fit?
I think it fits fine. The Reverso is just such an elegant watch. It's.
I think that's a perfectly okay size. I mean, that's the original Grown Tie case from the 90s.
It uses a 19 mil strap, doesn't it?
No, I think that one actually uses a 20 mil strap.
Okay.
I think that's a great size. I mean, the Classique is a little bit small, but the Grand Tie, the original Grand Tie, is great.
Which is interesting, Archie, because like Jin can wear smaller watches, like a 36, 35 millimeter watch. So when he was looking at the 976, I mean, it's a Grand size. It's bigger than the Grand Tie. And I, at one point I was like, I wasn't sure if he was actually going to take it when I was going to do the deal with him, because I was like, oh, maybe it's just not going to be, because the reversal's like that, right? You either really got to love it or it's just not going to get on your wrist.
But I got to tell you, in all honesty, the Reverso, like it's kind of affordable. Like I'm not saying it's cheap, because it's not cheap, but it's compared to a Patek, the Reverso is kind of affordable, right? And it's a watch you never sell because it doesn't bring in enough money to warrant. Like a Patek, you could never say when you own a Patek you'll never sell it because it's so much. $20,000 is so much fucking money. You might always have to sell it. You know what I mean? You never know what'll happen. But the Reverso is kind of, it's at that midpoint where it's so beautiful, but it's not so valuable because it's steel. It's you should keep it for life, you know. And guys, I got to shoot off. Her enema is playing up again. I got to plug that thing. I got to clean up the mess. And hey, Saturday it is. Chat to you later, guys.
See you, boys.
Like, subscribe, tell your fuckhead friends.
And I'll be putting more vids up. Thank you, guys.
Enjoy
That's a great
AC.
show.